like this brings the movement down. Everyone's a feminist until there is a spider around.
All right, I'm gonna say it. Some of y'all aren't gonna like it, but what? Doesn't make it any less true. Making your man a plate at a barbecue, at a family dinner, at home. It's not subservience. It's respect. It's showing love. It's the same thing as him opening your door, him pulling out your chair, him bringing in the groceries, even him filling up your gas tank. It's all just small acts to say, I see you, I love you, and I appreciate you. Now, some of y'all will make a plate for your girlfriend like that. But making a plate for your man, all of a sudden that's pick-me behavior. Now, if you respect him, you'll take care of him. And a good man will take care of you right back. Serving your partner is a sign of love. It's a sign of a healthy relationship. So if you aren't doing that, and why all of a sudden is it a crime now to take care of your partner? Now it's simping and pick-me behavior? Nah, no thank you.
The Eastern Conference Finals post-game interview stuff, and now one of them players has a black woman standing there.
Who gives a I'm sorry, that was out of pocket. Give me a second. This has been one of the most entertaining NBA playoffs in a very long time. And the only thing some of you can worry about is who people are dating. The crazy part is y'all overlook the black couples because the interracial couples bother you guys so much. You ain't got Tyrese out here doing the Reggie Miller talking about y'all choking, whatever you want to call it. You ain't got Tyrese starting he was about to win Eastern Conference MVP. Gotcha moment. We almost had Ant Edwards take out every superstar we had left. Truly don't care how you feel, but if you see an interracial couple and then something inside of you really gets upset and these people don't know you, didn't say anything disrespectful to you, you need to do some deep diving on what type of trauma or what you got going on. Because in reality, it really shouldn't matter.
I'm telling you, man, these women, they don't have anything else to do but bother people. That's what they're going to continue to do. This dude in the comments said, boring guy here. Please stay away from us. Another dude said, future single mom. Another dude, his screen name is Biden Obama 2020. He's got a picture of Obama with an earring. He said, may this love never find me.
It really is so hard to meet a man that you really like. And I hear this from a lot of women too. Versus, for example, my brother. I feel like it's very easy for my brother to meet women that he likes, whether it's on the apps or just out at bars.
Does your brother look anything like you?
My brother is in the top 5% of men. He's tall, he's attractive, he's athletic, he works in finance, he's funny.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's why he's getting approached. Come on now. I'm sorry, you're not done talking. Go ahead.
He's sweet, good family. Whereas for like a beautiful, well-rounded woman, it's just not that easy. Like there's not many great options of men. Just really seems like there's some disparity of like there being a lot of really great available women and there's just really not many great available men. I don't know particularly why, but I'm not interested in hearing men in the comments. I will say that right now because men love to like comment some weird shit every single time.
It's not a disparity, Rachel. It's in the way that you're seeing men. It's in the way that you're out here presenting yourself. I don't doubt that you come from a great family, but some of the stuff that you be out here doing, some of the guys that you be out here messing around with, you don't think that that has anything to do with it? You don't think that some of the stuff that your friends are doing has anything to do with it? I know you said you met or had a friend that was Brazilian and she was beautiful and she still couldn't find a man. What's going on with her?
I left the man that I loved for the man that I deserve. I was in a relationship for 10 years.
So basically she goes on to say she left this 10-year relationship where the dude, like, you know, he's super great boyfriend, loyal. Like, these are her words, by the way. He was a great guy, but not what she was looking for in a husband. She wanted someone who would provide a better life for, like, the children they end up having. I'm listening. I'm like, okay, you know, that's unfortunate for the relationship, but, you know, at least you ended up with this new guy that, you know, seems to be what you deserve, you know, or did you?
It took me years of contemplation, but Now I am in pursuit of finding the man of my dreams again.
Wait, you're in pursuit? So at the beginning, when you said you left the man that you loved for the man that you deserve, this was just like a hypothetical man you were making up? Like you're single? I'm sorry, that's just a very dishonest way to start the video. Like I thought it was gonna be a narrative where it's like, oh, you can love someone so much, but sometimes that's not enough. So you gotta get with someone who treats you the way you wanna be treated. Which again, my argument to that would be like, okay, just get both. Like I literally don't see the point of this post, and especially wording it like that. What do you think the man's gonna like see it and be like, oh my gosh, I need her. The young lady that just broke up with her boyfriend of 10 years who did nothing but treat her right. Oh my gosh, I need her now. Like seriously, let me know if I'm reaching. I just feel like that's insane.
Bro, honestly, think about it this way. You wasted 10 years of your life instead of 20 or 30. That woman, had you gotten married to her, would have taken you for all you were worth. Risk management at this point. I'm sorry that happened to you, bro, but risk management. At least you might have time to rebuild.
This woman does a great job explaining marriage from her perspective. Y'all check this out. We'll come back and talk about it.
Okay, let's break down the saying. Men sacrifice their happiness for marriage. Women sacrifice their marriage for their happiness. Because sis said that doesn't make sense. So let me break it down, because this is something that men are saying. And so maybe if I say it, it will kind of resonate a little bit more. I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of times women, we only think about us and what we give up and what we sacrifice. I mean, men do this too, but in marriage, a lot of times we don't always consider what the men give up. Now, this is gonna sound crazy because our needs are different, but before y'all react, before y'all get triggered, when men get married, it is not a fairy tale for them. They're not looking forward to this extravagant wedding. Hear me out. A good man, a man that's God-fearing, does not mind giving up that part of himself to be with one woman. Most men, though, it is not their dream and their fantasy to be with one person the way it is for us. We don't need a slew of men. We don't need a roster. We don't need a bunch of people to make us feel good. Men are way more sexual than we are. We are content with one person. Men have to fight against their flesh, fight against their natural desires to be with multiple women. So that is a sacrifice they give up for the woman that they love. And I know somebody's going to be like, but they cheat.
And imagine withholding this as some sort of power move in the relationship.
I'm not talking about them. I'm just saying in general. Just listen, y'all. Stay here, ladies, because I know how y'all get. Just wait a minute. Also, when a man gets married, he is sacrificing not only protecting himself, but he has to now protect a family. If a cop, burglar, whatever comes to the door, like if anybody knocks at the door, my husband answers the door because he is the protector of this household. He does not expect me to get up in the middle of the night or get up when the doorbell rings to make sure that the household is protected. That is his job. So a man knows when I sign up to be a husband, I am now her protection and my children's protection. Men also know that their resources are no longer for them, they are for their family. However, good men do not mind because that's what makes them feel good as men. However, it is a huge investment in the man. They're investing their time, their loyalty, they're going against their nature to be with one woman, love one woman, take care of a family, because they love, when they're loved properly, when they know that woman has their back and that she's loyal, they don't mind making that sacrifice. They don't mind denying the things that they want, the good ones. They don't mind denying the things that they want to make sure that their family is straight. That's why back in the day, granddaddy, even men today though, men will sacrifice, get up every single day and never complain about having to go to work, never complain about sitting in traffic, never complaining about your nasty pot roast, never complaining. They will just live their lives. They shut up. They do what they gotta do to put their family on their back, to hold it down in any way they can. The good ones. Not saying men are perfect. I'm just saying that's what they sacrifice. Women, we make sacrifices, right? We bear the children, we hold down the home, but it's equal exchange. The difference is men don't really complain about their sacrifices. And into the women who say that, well, I do everything. Sis, that's the marriage you signed up for. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. Y'all gotta work that out. So when men say women will sacrifice their marriage for their happiness, when women say, you know what? I've been with this man for 12 years. We have kids together. We built this home together. We have a life together. But right now, this marriage is not serving me. And I need to go outside this marriage. I need to break up my home. I need to break up my family to go be happy. Men don't understand that crap because that man ain't been happy for a while, but he sucked it up and kept doing what he needed to do for his family. And then you'll have other women go, yeah, girl, your happiness is over your children's happiness. Your happiness is over the heartbreak that's going to cause to your husband. Your happiness is over everything. You see how crazy that sounds?
And years later, they'll have regret for it, deep regret. Really, honestly, and truly, after the relationship is over, they'll have regrets for it. But because they continue to throw themselves into their social group, they never, and they talk about how they heal and they go to therapy, they're not actually healing. What they're actually doing is throwing themselves into a coping mechanism, a state of denial, a state of moving away from reality. So they think they're okay. And then when you come back into the presence of an actual real man, then you fail again and you, I wonder why I'm coming up with in front of all these good men, but I can't seem to lock one down. Because you're still a terrible person with a huge therapy bill.
Very selfish. So no, you don't care that your children will have to go back and forth between different homes. No, you won't care about how that is going to hurt your husband because he might be very stoic and not show it, but he still has feelings, especially if he was a good man, especially if he denied people and his feelings and the stuff that he wanted to do for you. And just for you to turn around and be like, I'm unhappy. And then when we go out into the world and we realize fat meat ain't greasy and the grass ain't greener and the dating pool is, then we get mad. Then it's men's problem and it's men's fault. And other men are sitting there looking at you like we could have told you that, because what they know that we do not is that every man is not going to love you the way your husband loves you. Yes, I know you think you're great. Yes, I know that you are beautiful and your booty is plump and all this other stuff. But men know that they only really love a few women in their lives. They will sleep with a lot of women. They will give attention to a lot of women. But the love down, it's only about 2 or 3. So when a man decides, hey, I want you, I love you enough to marry you, I love you enough to protect you, provide, whatever, again, the good ones, because somebody gonna be in the comments, the good ones. Other men are bewildered and bamboozled that you couldn't sacrifice just a little uncomfortability, a little unhappiness, a little just to get through that season, because what they know that we don't is our emotions don't last forever. Men are not emotional like we are. They know how to thug it out through their emotions to get to the other side. Now, I'm not saying that any of this is easy. I'm not saying that every marriage is going to be perfect and you ain't going to have your issues and you ain't going to have your ups and downs. But if you get married in your 20s and your 30s and you plan to be with this person for the rest of your life and you don't think you ain't going to have a few years of hard or misery or whatever, you don't think that you ain't going to have to go through something. Again, I'm not talking about cheating because somebody's going to be like, cheating. I'm not talking about that. But we as women have to understand that sometimes our happiness is our job. Sometimes it's not our marriage. It's going to get a hobby. Sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with your family or why you ain't unhappy. Sometimes it's your hormones. Sometimes you just need to get a life, girl. Sometimes you need new friends. Sometimes you might just need a vacation.
And a vacation that makes sense. You need to get involved. You need to stay busy. Oh, I lost myself in my relationship. That is your fault. Y'all blame the man, leave the relationship, then get stuck out there looking stupid when all you had to do was go take a painting class.
So I am not the guru to marriage, but I had to break that down because sis didn't understand what I was talking about. Men say it to each other all the time and it clicks. So hopefully with that explanation, I know somebody is going to miss somebody. It's okay. Hopefully with that explanation, you understand what they mean. Why men sacrifice their happiness for their marriage and women sacrifice their marriages for their happiness. Don't let it be you, sis.
Honestly, she knew exactly what you were talking about. She just wanted to live in a state of denial. She knew.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him, and I've never loved anybody like him either, but I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband.
You might as well go ahead and dry it up. If you would have kept the benefits of marriage, basically meaning I hardly talk to him anymore. Well, I miss my friend. I liked the fact that I was able to talk to him, but I didn't like some other stuff, whatever it was. So if he would allow me to continue to dump on him emotionally, then we'd be best of friends. But he's not going to allow me to do that. He's going to require something from me. And I don't want to give that.
Men that cook is sassy to me. Like I always say, y'all get on this internet and y'all just say anything. Anything. I'm teaching my sons how to cook. I have 2 boys. Yes, I'm teaching my babies how to cook. Now, I don't know if she have kids or not. I don't care. But to the women that do think like this, that's raising daughters, I be damned if I let women that's raising daughters like this, because that's how the daughter's going to grow up thinking, because again, the mother think that way more than likely. She's raising them that way. You think my baby going to be sitting over there depending on you to cook for him? Baby. Then call him sassy. Because my baby learning how to cook. You did. Mama don't play in the kitchen. I gets down. Them days of Sunday dinners is over. Them days of going to grandma's house and grandma cooking for them days are over. You know why? Because the grandmas is in the club shaking asses with the goddamn kids. This is a terrible way to think, because if you do have a son that wants to take up culinary art or have a passion for cooking and wants to become a chef, you telling him that he's sassy? You telling him that he's sassy? What you want him to do? Go pick up a basketball or rap some lyrics about headshots and get your goofy ass up out of the hood? Get mama a new house? Get mama a new car? I'ma dribble my way up out of here? Y'all some goofies. Man, I swear. No shade to the boys that do want to rap and dribble a ball, right? This mama handsome baby boys right here, oh baby, they gonna cook. And I'll be sure to support them in whatever they want to do.
I'm quitting my job as a husband, so I decided to write my wife this letter. To whom it may concern. After careful thought and countless load of laundry, I regret to inform you that I am resigning from my current position as husband, effective immediately. When I accepted this role, I was led to believe it was a standard 9-to-5 arrangement. However, I've come to learn it is in fact a 24 hours a day, 7-day-a-week position with no scheduled breaks, 0 vacation time, and a benefit package that appear to be nothing but love and leftovers. During my tenure, I have worked overtime without request or compensation. I've taken on multiple job titles, including the plumber, the chef, the therapist, the pest control, and furniture mover. I've attended countless meetings in the form of a quick conversation that lasted over an hour. I've been on call every single night, often responding to, "Did you hear that noise?" at 3:12 a.m. Despite these conditions, there has been no raises, no promotion, and no recognition in the form of husband of the month. In fact, the closest I've come to a bonus was finding 2 leftover cookies from a year ago in the jar. Despite these conditions, there has been no raises, no promotions. While I value the memories, the team environment, I'm talking about just the 2 of us now, and the fringe benefit of every now and then getting my bike scratched, I can no longer sustain the workload without proper rest, snacks, and the ability to control the thermostat. Please consider this my formal notice. I will, of course, be available for a smooth transition, assuming that means grilling on the weekend and the ability to be able to kill spiders. With warm regards and mild exhaustion. Love, your husband.
So I just wanted to address some of the comments from my last video about when I asked why don't black men approach black women in public. And a lot of the comments were pretty much saying that black women have made it clear that they no longer want to be approached, and so black men are pretty much respecting those wishes and not doing it. And to that, I would just say to kind of ask yourself, how are you presenting yourself to these women that you are approaching? Because if we're being for real, no woman is going to really, man or woman, is going to really want to give their time to someone that they find that they're not attracted to. The same way a man is not going to want to be bothered by a woman that they just don't find attractive, it goes for women too. And so if you feel like women are, turning you down and stuff like that, you have to ask yourself, like, how are you presenting yourself to these women? Because no woman is gonna reject a man that she finds attractive. I know the type of men that I cannot get, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, if I was interested in the rappers and the hood dudes, I know that I would pretty much have to change my whole aesthetic just so I could be more attractive to them in their eyes. I know that I'm not their type, because if I wanted to be more of their type, I would have to gain a few more pounds to get a bigger butt or get a BBL, because those type of men like BBLs and big butts. I would probably get some lip injections to fit the baddie aesthetic, get some long eyelashes, wear tighter clothes, show more stomach, show more butt, just so I could be more appealing to them. But those are not the type of men that I like, so I don't care to do those type of things to attract them. Now, for the men that I do like, I know that they also have a type, and so I try to present myself in a way that will be more attractive to them. I'm not going to complain about it and say, oh, these type of men don't like me and this and that, when I could just change my approach about it. Sure, yeah, these men don't approach me, and that could be for a whole different reason, but I know it's not because I don't carry myself well. It could be because they're intimidated or shy or scared or don't know how to, spark up conversation. It could be a whole bunch of things, but I know that it's not necessarily the way that I appear, because I put in time into my appearance. Now, I'm not the type of woman that's going to get dolled up every single day, and so I also know that for men who like those type of women, I'm not that either, because I'm not always going to want to wear makeup. I'm not always going to, just want to, be dolled up. So I think men need to, for one, just put more time into your appearance. You know what I mean? Get that haircut, change your wardrobe, buy a watch. There's so many things that you can do to get a better outcome. But I don't like the excuse that y'all make for why you don't approach black women. Because again, like, we all want to be attracted to the person that we're dealing with. And so, yeah, that's all I have to say.
What is going on with men? Like, men don't put money to the side to take girls. Single men don't put money to the side for girls no more. You gotta charge that shit for game.
Easily one of the most handsome men I've ever seen in my entire life. Only qualm I have is based on his career. I estimate that he probably makes anywhere from $65,000 to $70,000 a year. I make 4 to 5 times more than that.
Why is that a problem? If my calculations are correct, then both of your salaries together, you're going to be making close to $500,000. So again, why is that a problem?
Do y'all think that relationships with that large of a pay gap can survive?
Because always talking about 50-50 this, 50-50 that. Just so we clear. If I'm paying 50-50 with a nigga, just know another nigga in my house.
I can't do shit with a pussy. Can't do shit with bitch getting gas and can't because I talk too much and I need my nigga beating up for me.
Just keep it a buck. I date for money now. If you ain't got no money, I don't want to talk to your ass. I'm done trying to get my love. I'm done trying to receive love. That never work out for me. So yes, at this point in my life, if you ain't got no money on, leave me alone. I'm dating for your cash.
I know selfish. So I asked this man, can he pay to get my hair done? He said, nah, baby, I ain't got it. Cool. Not doing no tripping. I get it. So I FaceTime him to show him I got my hair done. First thing come out his mouth is, how you get your hair done? You know how I got my hair done. Don't do that. I'm not supposed to get my hair done because you broke. That's crazy.
Well, it seems like you were lying to him. That's what he's confused about. You said you didn't really have money to do it, but then you got your hair done. So how did you get that done?
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go with the flow. I don't believe men be understanding that, but it's okay because either y'all gonna learn or you're not gonna learn. Okay? If one won't do it, another one will.
Hey, me and my homegirl was talking yesterday, and we need y'all to tighten up and understand this is a matriarchy. We don't give up. We already done said what it's gonna be, and that's what it is. Period.
I always support interracial dating because you gotta love who loves you. These women have every right to their preference, but if you're a young black man and you legitimately want to date within your race, you got your work cut out for you. You're playing the game on very difficult, on nightmare mode, as you saw. Good luck.
If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him. Ooh, something in him is weak. I think when I see a black woman with a white man, I think, oh, she's tired. Like she must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now.
And just the fact that she's sitting here putting her hand on her chin as if she's saying something profound and something that actually makes sense is, I think, the craziest thing to me. You know
You're my feet. There is a 60-year-old bitter black man that is a passport bro making his rounds on TikTok as we speak, telling other young black men to not be providers. He then proceeded to say he had 3 different marriages and 10 children, and him being a provider has gotten him nowhere.
I guess, according to you, it might be the wrong messenger, but the fact still remains that a man does not need to be giving his money to some broke woman somewhere.
Y'all check this video out.
So I see these clips of all these women talking about where have the providers and protectors gone. Let a 60-year-old man tell you young men out there from experience. 3 different marriages. 10 different kids. 7 of them step. You get nothing out of being a provider.
The real sick part about this is there is millions of men that think like him, and they have now started this cult online that are losers. That is the bottom line. I told you guys that passport bros are men that have hit the fall and men that probably were losers in high school. They probably barely made the football team, and black women and or women turn them down constantly to the point where they think they can travel overseas on a Spirit airplane. Okay. They think that they can travel overseas on a Spirit airplane for them to seek validation from God knows what. And they know that even those women overseas, because this has nothing to do with the modern women, blah, 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 all this other booby talking. They know that the women overseas only want them for money, and their time is now running out. That is the bottom line. To spew this type of hate onto the youth is baffling. It is mind-blowing. Just because you failed yourself, just because your choice of women sucks, I got news for y'all. You are what you attract, brother. That's all it is. The reason why you are attracting these no good, dirty broads, the reason why you are attracting these women that can't stick to your ass like grits is because you ain't. That's really what it is. A lot of y'all need to go back to the drawing board. But you coming up here on social media and spewing that type of hatred out to other young black men is extremely irresponsible.
Well, he had 3 kids, took on 4, got burned. I mean, even if you say you need to take your responsibility, stop spreading this hate, what about the responsibility that the other women need to take? Men always have to take accountability. Men always have to go back to the drawing board and say, man, I shouldn't have picked her. I got to get better. Hey, I'm not going to continue leading with my money. I need to up my game on my personal hygiene, on my personal fitness, on my financial fitness. All of those other things men have to up their game on, except modern women. That's the problem. When is the accountability bug going to hit modern women?
Sweetheart, women are way more lonelier than men. This is why women stay in toxic, abusive relationships, because they're afraid to be alone. I will always use this photo as a reference photo. Like there is a woman who had a baby with this. Okay? Was in a relationship, cheated on her and everything, according to her. And I pulled this picture off of Twitter when someone went viral talking about post your baby daddy so we could fight him. And people in the comments were like, oh no, honey, delete this photo, because you let this get on top of you, put a baby up in you and play in your face. Now, some of the jokes was like, can he cook?
I guess we really don't know if he gained weight before or after he got with her. But go ahead.
Did he gain weight after y'all got together? But no, like women are way more lonely. That's why they share peen with the neighborhood. This is why they stay in relationships knowing that this dude will never amount to shit, will never be shit. This is why they will let a guy drive her car, have access to her bank account, live in her house rent free, don't even contribute to the relationship. She's paying all of the bills because women are way more lonely. And so they settle. Hence, their standards is in hell with the bar because they're the ones who set the bar. Also, I've never seen a man come up on TikTok boo-hooing and crying talking about they're turning 30 and they want some friends and they ain't got no friends. Do you know how many videos I've seen of women doing that? Oh, I lost count. But I've never seen a man be snotting, tearing up, talking about they don't have any friends and they wish they could have some friends because they're turning 30 and they don't want to spend their 30th birthday alone. So once again, that male loneliness epidemic is a lie. But the female loneliness epidemic, there's a lot of credence to that. There's a lot of facts and truth to that. Because it's all over TikTok.
And don't think something wrong with you because they're not approaching you. Sometimes they could not be approaching you because you got a look about you that they know they can't come in your life and play with you. It ain't always a bad thing, baby, that these men ain't approaching you. Stop thinking that.
Well, you're definitely in the right business saying this to women, have them buy your course and making money that way. But the fact of the matter is, once they get out of your course, before they get into your, whatever they have to do in whatever course, whatever networking event, they're still going to end up single because they have terrible attitude.
You know what I noticed? That men are tired. They tired. They tired of sitting back and watching women tear them down, degrade, belittle, speak ill of them, hold them to certain standards when they themselves can't hold that standard. And they tired and they ready to speak out. Now, in one of my videos, I talked about, emotional men. That's a different story. But I'm talking about men who are using logic and reason to break down the barriers and the walls between the male and the female's perspective of things. And they tired. Men are human. They human. They have feelings. They have thoughts. And just because they're a male doesn't mean that their perspective, the way they feel, how they think is not important or valuable. And if you know better, you know that there has to be a balance between the feminine and the masculine energy of things. So we need the male's perspective. Some of y'all women out here, y'all lives are saved because of the male's perspective. Some of y'all women have made drastic changes in y'all lives for the better because of the male's perspective. But they tired. They tired. They are tired. And I get it. And I don't blame them. And I feel like this generation of women, like back in the 50s and stuff, women understood their role. They understood the balance of the household. They understood the balance of the masculine and feminine energy. But this generation of women now, y'all are losing y'all minds. Y'all don't want to do nothing. Y'all want to do bare minimum and then expect these men to give everything and do everything. What is that? Like, I really want to understand that. What is that? A relationship is a partnership where two people bring equal weight of what they have, who they are, what they can do, qualities, characteristics, traits, all of that. They bring it together to make a beautiful equilibrium within a relationship. Y'all want it to be one-sided. He got to give me this. He got to do this for me. He got to da-da-da-da-da. While you just sit back and look pretty, while you just sit back and be a bad bee, while you sit back and just go shopping and what? I don't understand it. Half y'all don't have no goals. Half y'all just lack accountability. And it's sad. We have to restore the male and female energy. It's clashing right now. It is. And it's sad. We got to do better. We got to take a look at ourselves. When I got with my husband, it hurt to hear a lot of things he said. Even still to this day, I'm always learning about myself. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm not saying we can't feel what we feel and we can't have like emotional reactions to things, but we got to know how to manage that. When someone is presenting us information back based off of facts, logic, and reason, we got to be able to be receptive of what's being said. We got our hearts wrapped up too much in the message instead of our minds. Instead of using our brains and saying, damn, like, he right. Damn, I didn't notice that about myself. Dang, thanks for calling me out on that. I'll do better. No, but we want to bite back and go at war. Then they tired. Then you see why they don't want to be getting married and all this. And they just want to sit around and play games because it's not worth their time. They tired. We just got to do better, y'all. We do. We got to do better and be better. And not just for the man, but like I said, creating balance.
I love how she put that. I love how she explained it, because that's exactly what men are. They're tired. A man is tired of having to provide to protect you, and then you give nothing in return. You're not even happy about it. You don't even care. You have to critique what he's doing. You never say sorry. You never hold yourself responsible or accountable to anything that's going on in the relationship. It's always his fault. It's always him doing something wrong. It's always something that he has to improve on. Well, I just got tired of being there, and it just seemed like even though we went on the trips and we was happy and everything seemed like it was going right, it wasn't going right. Oh, wow. What was going wrong? I don't know. Just something deep inside of me. I wasn't happy. Well, girl, do you know what it is? No, it's just something there. I'm not really understanding. And I'm your friend. I'm a girl's girl, but I'm not really. Well, sometimes you don't get it if you're not married or if you're not in the situation. But I am married. I am in the situation. Yeah, but you don't get it because I'm different. No, you're not. You're not different. You're about to go in there. You've decided, you've come to the end of the road, wasting that man's time, wasting his money. And now because you're not quote unquote happy for whatever reason, you want to move on. And oh, by the way, you don't want to move on empty handed. You want to move on taking half of everything, as much as you can get to start your new life, possibly with another man or on your own. But you want that man to fund your business is essentially what it is. Your life, even though it's not a legitimate business at that point in time, you want that man. You think of yourself as a business. You think of yourself as a movie star. You think of yourself as a celebrity. You want that man to fund that. Give me half. Let me take the retirement too. Let me take the proceeds from the house. We need to sell it quickly, or I can go in there and make improvements, and then we can sell it for this much. But if I make the improvements, I want more of the money. Yada, yada, yada. They're always jockeying for position. Modern women are. They always want to get better than you. They always think that they're better than you. And men are tired of that crap. They're tired of that crap. You're sitting up here looking down on me because I make 50K. I'm making, can you imagine a woman's talking about the problem is he makes 70K. That's a problem. I make 3 to 4 times more than he does. Who is that a problem for? When y'all combine y'all stuff together, you're almost making $500,000, 420 grand. And that's before y'all through the years get promotions. That man might get a promotion. He might move to manager, make up 20K. So now it's 90 and it's 350. Y'all close to 500. Regardless of what y'all are close to, y'all making good money, really good money, way more money than the average American couple makes. And you sitting up, and I get it. I understand it. Men are, you're going to say that men are intimidated by how much you make, or you can't respect him if he can't teach you nothing and you feel like you didn't learn everything because you didn't hit a lick. And now all of a sudden you got the money, and what can that man teach me? A lot, because money isn't everything. You're an expert in whatever field you're in. And once again, a man has to fight through this. He's tired of that crap. A man has to fight and jockey for position in a relationship that y'all at the very least are supposed to be equals in. A man every day has to get up and prove himself to you while you sit in the bed or sit by the pool. I don't think a woman said, if you want me to be a stay-at-home mom, you should allow me to get up at 10 o'clock and sit by the pool and then maybe do a couple of things around the house throughout the day. What? And said it with a straight face. And the dude that was interviewing her didn't check her. He didn't say nothing about it. What? Oh, I'm going to get up at 10. I've been up since 5 or 6 o'clock working. I'm probably not going to get home until about 6 or 7 if I ain't got no work to do. And then when I get home, I'm probably going to have more work to do. And you sitting up there saying, oh man, it's going to be a hard day for me. I'm going to get up at 10, wander around the house a little bit. It's a nice house that you have for me. I might go shopping, spending some of the money that you made. And then might go get me something to eat. Do you think the man is going to come home to get something to eat? You going to have dinner ready for him? Oh, well, I thought you were going to pick something up on the way. Or I thought you were going to have something delivered to you. You don't do anything all day long but hang out. And you want me to fund that lifestyle? Again, I say, men are freaking tired of that crap. Why not just stay single? Why not just stay single?